Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. I say the things on here that nobody dare say. Uh, right, let's get stuck in here. Good Friday. Right, what's been going on in the world of boxing? Well, we've uh, we've all seen the PR, haven't we, for the Ben Eubank? Looks like Eubank's being the good guy. He's always been the bad guy, hasn't he? But he's never failed dope tests. He's been a clean athlete, but Crusher Ben has failed two dope tests and never won a belt off the six levels, has he really? Area, English, British, Commonwealth, European and World. Don't have a belt. He's got two dope tests. It is not explained. Now, but one thing that doesn't sit well with me is the fact that all them people booked hotels, all them fans, right? They all booked hotels. And they all booked tickets for fight. When it were first arranged, Eubank Junior against Crusher Ben, the drug cheat. And doesn't sit well with me at all that, but Chris is also sticking up for the fighters, Chris Eubank Jr. And I think that's fantastic, me, with this gesture that he's done here. £3,571, 43 pence has gone into, or is going into everybody's bank accounts. Looks like these what are the ones that have been sent. Lyndon Arthur, Ellie Scottney, GY Boxing Limited, I'm assuming that's Galyafai, is it? Shannon Courtney, Chloe Watson, Mary Romeo, Matthew Harris, Connor Coyle, Arlam Eubank, and Felix Cash, all been sent money. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So basically, he's just handed out just under £36,000. I think that's a fantastic gesture from Chris Eubank Jr. Obviously, Crusher Ben's not going to be doing the same thing, is he? Even though he caused it all. But he's going to play the bad guy, in he, Crusher? Do you know what I mean? But I think that's fantastic from Chris. And we don't usually see gestures like that in boxing, do we? When fights are cancelled in fight week. You'd think that some of these big multi-millionaires that keep pulling out of these shows, and when they get their next big millionaire payday thing, you think that they'd give a little bit of something back to pay for people's camps, wouldn't you? Sparring partners and expenses and things like that. Because a boxer usually has a 10-week camp at least, and it's a little bit of something every day for training, isn't it? Your expenses to work and bits and bobs and that. And I think that's a fantastic gesture from Chris. And there's some of them on here that are probably not going to need the money. Shannon Courtney, she probably don't need the money. Harlem Eubank probably don't need it. Felix Cash, but you've got to square it all across the board. Lyndon Arthur definitely don't need the money, but he's squared them that, and that's fantastic. That, but it's over to Crusher now. Will Crusher? Will he do the same thing? Will he and let these fighters have over 7 grand in the bank? Will Crusher do the same thing? I very much doubt it, really, because he's a petulant little child, isn't he, that's had everything done for him. He's got no class whatsoever, like his old man. I remember going to an evening with Nigel Benn, and he were a diva all night, complaining about this, complaining about that, and do you know who I am, and all that, and God, it were. And what sickened me were the actual people hanging out the back of him and just fawning over him. Why? He'd been retired 29 year. Do you know what I mean? Fighters 29 year retired and they're carrying off like that. Leaves a bad taste in my mouth. But yeah, Chris Eubank's playing the goodie and Crusher Ben's playing the baddie. But I just personally think that egg thing, they're all in on it together. And, they're trying to narrate scripts, aren't they? It's a bit like the snooker, isn't it? We all remember the snooker when Barry Hearn gave everybody a name, didn't he? And they were forever writing scripts and were going in papers constantly, trying to build characters. And this is what they've done here with this. It's no different. I mean, the snooker technically were like Dallas with balls, wasn't it? And boxing's going that way, innit? You know what I mean? But it's a bit like Shameless with boxing gloves, innit? But these, what we've got here, are two rich kids from privilege fighting for no belt, guaranteed 6.5 million, and up to a possible 8 million on the upside. So they've got to sell the show. Could Chris get a little bit more? Maybe. Will it all be tax deductible? Probably. But I don't think £36,000 out of 6.5 million's a lot, is it? I mean, if you break it down, well, 10% of 6.5 million, what's that? 650. 1% is 65, isn't it? So it's technically about 0.6% of his purse, but it's a gesture. It's the gesture that I'm impressed by. And like I said before, and I'll say it again, let's see Crusher Ben. Let's see Crusher Ben tip his money up. Let's see it. But we're not going to see that, are we? But what Chris has said on his Instagram is simple, really. After my first scheduled bout with Conor Ben Official, at Conor Ben Official, got cancelled, at Eddie Hearn and at Matchroom Boxing, never compensated anyone for their training camps, which never sat well with me. So here's a little something to help out the undercard fighters that were left out of pocket. Few boxers didn't want to give me their details. Maybe they will now. I think that's fantastic, really. It's really, really, really good. So well done, Chris Eubank Jr., for doing that. Very well done. Really impressed. All right. I think that's about it, really. Let me just touch on a couple of things here. Bob, Canada's boxing channel YouTube. Bob, who owns the channel, who lives in Canada. He's gone on, as they call it, vacation. He's gone to Los Angeles. He sent me a nice picture of him at the side of the gravestone of Sugar Ray Robinson, May 3rd, 1921, born, died April 12th, 1989. He's been dead 36 years. And he's there with his wife. She died in 1995. So she was born in 1919, Mildred Robinson, or he called her Millie, didn't he? So he's buried with his wife there. So Bob there at the graveside. Well done, Bob. Must be nice to go there. Los Angeles. So, all right, hope you have a great vacation, Bob. And a big shout out to my good friend Chris Smedley, boxing trainer from Sheffield, who had Liam Cameron from age of 9 up to last year. Liam's guy, Quinn Ahmed, who South Yorkshire Packaging, who my business partner, Kevin Hall, backs. Had a phone call from Team GB. Would you like to go spar Frankie Thompson? The next big thing in Quinn Ahmed's weight. Because Quinn's still an amateur but looking to turn pro. Would you like to spar him at the EAS? So I don't like to go on about sparring story, but Quinn's gone down there against a 66 wins, 15 loss kid, and he has done very, very, very well, and they want him back. So well done, Chris. Take your time with Quinn, don't rush him, and like I said, Chris doesn't take a penny out of that job. He's one of them unsung heroes from the amateur scene that is not a taker like the rest of them in boxing. I don't see any of these boxing pros who just turn pro as a boxer trainer. They get the pro license, never done note as amateurs, and they just take because they're there for money. But they go on about, it's not about money, we've got money, but it is, because if it weren't about money, you'd be doing amateur stuff. So these are the unsung heroes, people like Chris Smedley in boxing. So let's put some respect on that man's name. And he's also got a kid, 16-year-old Luke Smedley Jr., and they reckon he is absolutely shit hot. So watch out for him. And watch out for Chris Smedley's charge, Quinn Ahmed, a wee back. All right? Quinn in the ring with his Porky's corner shorts on, black silk. and his Porky's corner dressing gown that's cost a fortune. So well done to Kevin for shelling out for that. And that's about it, really. Okie dokie. Go on, peace out. As regards Eubank Junior versus Crusher Ben, I've got Eubank Junior to absolutely flog him and put him on button moon. We have weight divisions for a reason. Always remember that. Fighters are not superheroes, and people like Eddie Hills should remember that when his dad put Michael Watson in with Chris Eubank for a 168 belt, but he boiled them down to 164. Didn't we learn nothing from that? Or the Kell Brook Golovkin fight, Eddie? All right, you should be ashamed of yourself. Touch wood, nothing bad on the night happens, but like I said, we have weight divisions for a reason. Go on, pop bang. Don't forget to give me, pop bang. Don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this video. All right, go on, booyaka.